everybody, Becky Liggero for CoinGeek.com here with Simit of nChain in Oxford at the Global CIO Institute. And Simit, I know you're having lots of meetings and you're having lots of conversations with the folks here. Tell me what your purpose was for coming up from London to Oxford today.
I mean, it was mainly to, build a bit more awareness of who nChain are, with kind of decision makers at some of the big companies in the United Kingdom. And so this conference is very much focused on CIOs. And so for us, it was important to be here because we needed to make sure that the CIOs of the biggest organizations understand what blockchain is, what it's capable of, and how Web3 is going to impact them in the future. But also to start getting them to understand what role we can play in supporting them in that transformation.
Very good. And what do you think the level of understanding is from these CIOs of blockchain tech, Web3, and these kinds of terms?
So it varies. So one of the conversations was very much trying to get them to understand what blockchain really is. Because again, a lot of people have misconceptions. He thought blockchain was just about tokens, and NFTs and, buying and selling crypto on exchanges. But once we started to talk about the data side and how the blockchain allows you to introduce things like data integrity, transparency, and traceability, he started to understand the role that blockchain could play in his organization. And then we started to talk about a specific use case around supply chain and how they track, components for devices that they make. And so, that was a very interesting one because that was very basic in terms of his understanding. But then other conversations have been more focused on, well, they already know what blockchain is. They understand Web3 is coming and they understand Web3 is going to have this huge impact on their business in the future. And they were more interested in learning what they could do to kind of help to position themselves for some of those opportunities that do come.
Very good. It's a good thing you're here, Simit.
Sure.
I know there's quite a few presentations today also about AI, but I noticed that there aren't any presentations about AI and blockchain together and where they intersect. So tell me at nChain what your view is on how these two technologies intersect and where you can maybe help with this as well.
Yeah, and it's a good question because, AI is obviously garnering a lot of attention, right? And adoption of AI has just gone through the roof over the last, 12 months. But we already started to see kind of concerns from organizations in the use of AI. You can't trust the data. You can't validate where the data came from. You can't verify the authenticity of data. And so this is where we believe blockchain will play a role. The convergence of AI and blockchain is going to be extremely important in order to ensure that AI is used in the correct way and that the data it's using as part of large language models are, sourced from the right people or from the right data sets. So you can use blockchain to kind of verify the source of data. You can use blockchain to help with the permissioning and sharing of the data that goes into some of these AI models. But you can also use it to kind of track AI and AI generated content, right? Because at the moment, it's very difficult to know what's AI and what's not. And that's where we believe blockchain is going to play a role. So even though the conversation around AI and the convergence of blockchain isn't something that we're going to hear a lot about today, I think with everything that's happening with AI and some of the concerns that businesses are facing, the topic around AI and blockchain is going to become extremely important over the next few months.
So forward thinking. I love that. And Simit, I've seen you here with a couple of guys from Oman. And I know that they're really interested in blockchain tech and they're doing some work with nChain. Tell me about this particular region and what you're doing with these guys.
Sure. So in Oman, we're working with two different entities. We're working with the ICT-focused team for the Sovereign Wealth Fund. And we're working on a long-term partnership in terms of the role blockchain will play in Oman and the role blockchain will help in the transformation of Oman in line with the 2040 vision that they have. But they've also invested in a company based in Oman that's a kind of blockchain focused company, very similar to nChain actually, nChain from maybe 2017, 2018. And they were looking for some expertise to help turn this company around, to try and build some new technology, figure out what role Web3 is going to play within Oman and use this company to help drive that transformation. And so we're supporting them on that kind of pivot and how we help them to shape that strategy. And as part of that, we'll also support them with some of our capabilities, whether that be, people, IP, or technology. And so Oman's an interesting country because they're so forward thinking. But strategically, it's important because of the region they're in terms of the GCC and the Middle East. And Oman wants to be the, first movers. They want to take advantage of technology, but they also have very close relationships with the UAE and Saudi Arabia. And so for us, it's a really good market for us to go, support, help to build our capability there, help build our partnerships, and look at how we extend into the region as a whole.
Amazing. That's so exciting. Simit, it's so great to see you here in Oxford. Thank you so much. And enjoy the rest of the event. Here in Oxford with Said of ITHCA. We are here at the Global CIO Institute. You've come up from London. Tell me what brings you to this event here today.
I think this event is a good opportunity for us to network and to share the knowledge. It's a very prestigious event where we get to meet lots of people in this field, which is very important for us as strategic investments are focusing on emerging technology, and this is one of the fields where we find the best resources to get learn from them.
Excellent. And I mentioned you came here from London, but that was just today, but you are from Oman. Yes. And can you tell us a bit more about the company you represent and how you are involved with blockchain tech?
Yes, we are actually an investment firm in Oman owned by the sovereign fund, Oman Investment Authority, ITHCA Group. ITHCA Group is actually one of the groups which looks at the investments on an ICT sectors. The purpose of the investment on this is to increase the contribution of the ICT sector on the GDP of the Sultanate of Oman. And we are working actually specifically on investing on the emerging technologies, focusing on some of these emerging technologies which have a direct impact on our economy. And that's why we look at the opportunities where we can build up a good relationship with lots of companies from all around the world in the emerging technologies. We've been working in recently with nChain in UK and here, and that's because they have a good strategy which match our strategy in the blockchain and assets management and digital assets management, and that's why we find a cross benefits of changing the experience and then building as well the direct investments with both entities.
I love that. That's amazing. And can you give me an example of some of the ways that working with nChain, some of the practical examples of how you can use this technology in the real world?
Well, this technology have to have lots of research and development in different sectors. And we do have in our region sectors which are evolving faster than the sectors evolving in this region. So having research and innovation in our region connected with nChain would be a good point to expand there as well, research in different regions and in different sectors. And that's why it's a mutual benefits from both ends.
Brilliant. Well, it's so great to see you here in Oxford and have an amazing time in the city.
Thank you very much for inviting us. Thanks.
Thank you so much for watching. It's Becky Liggero for CoinGeek.com.
Bitcoin mining, Bitcoin wallet, blockchain, stablecoins, MetaNet, the evolution of money. Everybody is talking about Bitcoin today, but what exactly is it? Learn the basics from experts. Learn what Bitcoin is, how it works, and why it matters. Blockchain 101, your ultimate guide to the fundamentals of blockchain.